Alrighty, welcome to the weekend video. This is Enda here. God bless you all. Thanks for clicking on the video. And here, let's just get into it. I'm going to go through the markets from an Elliott wave perspective. That's what you're here to see, so that's what I will do. I'm going to start with the euro dollar here. This is the 4-hour euro dollar count, and you can see that I am or have been tracking this B wave here for a long time. So we're working on this three-wave. We'll call it a rally higher in wave E to complete this wave B, and I think we'll probably target towards that 120 level again once this is complete. Given let's say depending on the count and if it holds true. So far so good. Let's see how it goes. This 4-hour count. So obviously we're working on a three-wave rally up in wave E, and we're now within wave B of that wave E. So go to the hourly count here. You can see we've got that three-wave structure higher shown. We rallied up to the previous fourth wave high at 119, pretty much spot on double top, which was interesting. That's obviously the algos had that previous top picked out. We had a 5-wave rally in wave A, and now we're falling in wave B. I think we might have wave B complete this morning. It's still relatively small, although I suppose it does compare in size quite well to the previous fourth and second wave. So there's a good chance wave B is in right now. We've got, I think, 3 waves down in wave A, 3 up in B, so we should expect 5 waves down in wave C. And I suspect we'll probably fall down into this consolidation area again, back at the previous wave 1. So down around the 62% retracement level, that'll probably bring us 117.50 or so to complete 3 waves down in wave B, and then we'll rally again in wave C. So overall, terms going quite well. Let's look for a low in wave B early next week, and then maybe even today, who knows. And then we should see a rally higher again in wave C, which should terminate, I'm guessing, around the 120 level. So we'll see how that goes. That'll complete 3 waves up, and maybe that will complete wave E. At that point, we will have a very, I'll go to the weekly chart here. That's the best way to view this triangle here. At that point, we'll have a very large triangle complete, and then we should probably expect a return lower in a more impulsive fashion. Let's see how that goes. Okay, go to cable. This is the 4-hour count in cable. I'm kind of in between really on this. The rally that has come our way has kind of morphed into a more corrective form right now. I was, we were chugging along quite nicely until this week, and then we made an impulsive move lower again. So the price turned and made an impulsive move lower, and then bottomed, and then turned to make an impulsive move higher. So we've got 5 waves down and 5 waves up. There is a way to explain this, and I will show you that in a few minutes. But the bull counts for wave 2 here are still on the table. Right now I'm working with this, wave 2 complete, and maybe this is a wave 1 and 2 scenario to begin wave 3 down. Maybe. There is also the chance that we will reach above 139.80 again, and we'll complete a larger second wave, although that kind of that interpretation is narrowing right now. So let's get into the hourly chart, and I'll show you what I mean by the corrective kind of structure that has been built here over the last week. Overall, I still think it's a wave 1 and 2 scenario. Whatever pattern wave 2 ends up taking, if it's complete at the previous high, or if it's going to complete with the challenge of that high again, I think we will return lower into a third wave down eventually. Okay, let's get into the hourly chart. Here you can see that what I'm working with as the wave 2 high up at 139.84 and a possible 5-wave move down. This is even this decline here is a little bit suspect, but it can be viewed as 5 waves. So, for the moment, we'll kind of go with that scenario. Wave 1 down, and this is the current a 3-wave correction in wave 2 that I'm working with. We've got 5 waves up in wave A, and we've got a very kind of irregular wave B here as an expanded flat. So we've got initial move down in wave A, 3 waves up in wave B, and then 5 waves down in wave C. So we could probably surmise that this could be 3 waves down in A. We could also, actually, I'm going to just change something pretty quickly. Okay, so we can actually go for a 3-wave pattern up in A. We can use this all as a flat correction. So this could be 3 up in A, and then this irregular expanded flat here in wave B. So we've got 3 down in A, possible 3 up in B, and then 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, and 5 down in C. So wave B is complete, and then you would expect a 5-wave rally in wave C. That's what we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this morning's highs. We are almost at the 78.6 retracement level right now. Pretty close to it. We may even get there before reversing. If this pattern is correct here, and this is wave 2, then this pattern should reverse today, and we should see an impulsive move lower begin before the end of the session tonight. Okay. Suffice to say, if we've got a 1-2 pattern, then we should expect a more intense decline next week to begin wave 3 down. Okay, so dollar yen is throwing up its own kind of unique set of problems. There's never a day without a problem, eh? So we've got a possible wave 1 up, 3 waves down in wave 2, again with that kind of irregular running flat correction within the middle of it. So A, B, C down in wave 2, and then a possible wave 1 and 2, 1 and a very elongated irregular wave 2 again. So it could be a case of wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 3 sets of impulse waves. If that's the case, then we will rally strongly next week. This is the hourly count here. You can see where this wave count is kind of shifting at the moment. We've got that A, B, C down in wave 2. Then off the wave 2 low, we've got wave 1, ABC down in wave 2. And then off this wave 2 in green low, we've got this wave 1, A, B, C. Oop, let me. Oh, I hate when that label doesn't disappear. Anyway, we've got wave 2 down. Oh, let me. It's probably over in the previous chart. Forgive me. Don't you just hate that? Yes. Okay, got rid of it. Okay, label's gone. I'm not going to edit that out either. Just going to leave it in it. This is real. Okay, this is live TV, live YouTube. Okay, so we've got 3 waves down in wave 2, and then a possible wave 1, and a very elongated, irregular wave 2. So we've got wave 1, ABC down in maybe an A, B, C up in wave B, and then a 5-wave pattern lower in wave C. It's a strange running flat. Possible running flat wave 2, and maybe then we are free to kind of test the waters for a rally in wave 3. If this is a rally in wave 3, then it'll be a rally in wave 3 of 3 of 3. And if that's correct, then we should hold at the very lower end. We should hold 109.11, and we should begin more impulsive move higher next week in dollar yen in a third wave up. Okay, let's move on. This is the Dow. We've made a little, an an attempt to move lower this week. I'm not gonna call it anything more than that. The price has attempted to drop out of the previous pattern. We've just about broken this, the ending diagonal lower trend line here. Oh, it's there's no confirmation here yet because we have not broken the previous fourth wave. You can see this previous wave here at wave 4 in blue, so that's about 34.5, call it 34.560. And until we do that, we really can't get in any way excited about what's happening here at the moment. Let's get into the hourly chart. And I'm trying to get rid of labels again. Okay, so you can see this previous fourth wave low here, 34.560. The previous wave 4 in blue. The alternate account here is shown boxed in red here, so you can see a wave 1 down, a strange second wave in blue there, and maybe a 1-2 pattern. Maybe a 1-2 pattern building right now. It's a possibility. I can't rule it out. So it's a possibility that we have a 1-2 building right now. If that's the case, then we will see further downside next week. We haven't broken the previous fourth wave, and until we do that, this alternate count just remains, a foggy, misty possibility, veiled in the distance, which we can't really see. So I'm going to stick with the main wave count at the moment. I know that the pattern has dropped out of the lower trend line here. So at the moment, I'm just going to have to live with that. It still could be a 3-wave pattern higher in wave 5 of this ending diagonal wave 5 in green. So that's where I stand at the moment on that one. Okay, gold has moved more favorably towards what let's at least a second wave correction right now. So we can call this a 1-2 pattern overall off the previous lows at 1662. I can't rule out that we won't break that again. At the moment, the overall pattern is looking quite bullish. Once we do correct this nice sharp rally that we had recently, once we correct that in 3 waves down around 1750 again, I think that's the key level where we may see a rally build off again. Let's get into the hourly chart here, and I'll show you how I view the breakout of this. So we've got a 5-wave pattern higher in wave 1 in green, and a possibility of a 3-wave decline, a simple zigzag down in wave 2 now beginning. It looks like, again, I'm looking at that 1750 area. The 50% retracement comes in at was it 1755 or so. Let's get right on that. 1755.50 comes in at 50%. We could fall down as low as the previous second wave, which would be 1717. Once wave C completes. But for the moment, I'm looking for a C wave down to complete 5 waves, to trace out 5 waves down in this C wave. And that will complete an overall 3-wave pattern lower in wave 2 in green. Once we get that, that should be by the middle of next week, by Tuesday, maybe Wednesday next week. We get the second wave complete, and then we would look for a reversal higher into a 3rd wave, and that could be very interesting. Okay, let's move on. Crude oil, let's get the 4-hour count here in crude oil. It looks like this 5th wave higher is panning out. We're going to obviously expect 5 waves higher. We'll see how that works out. The hourly count, I'll show you what I'm thinking about in terms of the second wave. It looks like, it's much of a muchness. We have had a rally this morning. This could still be part of a second wave. Overall, I see wave 1 up complete, 3 down in A, 3 up in B, and then you'd expect 5 down in wave C. So I'm still leaving the door open for a larger 5-wave pattern lower to complete wave C of 2, which should break 67 handle again to complete. the action over the last few days has been, it's been caged. It's been, a pretty sideways kind of overlapping pattern. So it could easily be a flat correction wave 2, and then we would head lower into wave 3. But let's see how today plays out. We should be able to confirm, hopefully by tonight's update, we should be able to confirm if this wave 2 is complete before we're heading lower into wave 3. Okay, let's move on. The S&P. I showed a short-term chart last night, which is looking interesting at a very, it's a very blown up, expanded, kind of speculative, let's say, 5-wave pattern lower, but there is a possibility that it's there. So I'm going to show you that in a second. It looks like overall we have completed 5 waves up in wave 5 in blue. So we've got wave 1 and 2, and then an extension in wave 3, and then a pretty simple 3-wave decline in wave 4, and then 5-wave rally up in wave 5. So it seems to be a pretty standard, let's say, impulse wave. The channel is coherent the whole way up. It holds the price the whole way up. We've kind of touched off the upper limits of this channel again, and we've fallen. So if this pattern is done, then we should fall back out of this channel again. And I'm really just looking at 43.51 again for confirmation of a reversal here. Let's get into the hourly chart. There's a possibility that this second wave. Well, first of all, let's concentrate on what has happened off this recent high. So we had a spike lower, 3-wave pattern higher to a lower high. So that can be counted as a 1-2 pattern. Then we got this a little bit more of an extended decline with a triangle in it. So that could be wave 1, 2, and then extended wave 3. Then a running flat wave 4 and a spike to a new low again on wave 5. So you could be looking at a 5-wave pattern lower in place. Maybe wave 2, maybe that initial rally was all of wave 2. Or maybe we've got some sort of a constrained second wave in the form of a, it could be an irregular second wave. It could be an irregular flat there in wave 2. We'll see. If we pop to a new lower high, that could be a simple flat correction wave 2. The reason I'm showing this is because of what I showed on the 4-hour chart there, the completed pattern, the touch up off the upper trend line, and now an initial drop. It's a possibility that this is an impulsive drop. We'll see whether that works out or not. But in reality, the main level to look for is that 43.50 level down at the previous 4th wave. So everything that gets us from here to there should be impulsive if this market is to turn. So if the market does continue lower to break that level, we should see continual 5-wave patterns to the downside to break that previous 4th wave. Apart from that, we are still just kind of, as St. Paul said, seeing through the glass darkly. This is all speculation, so let's see how this develops today. If we get another reversal, we get another spike lower in a 3rd wave, so be it. All the better. Okay, so let's move on to silver again. Before I had mentioned that I had switched back to this, let's say, short-term bearish view of a possible 4th wave high. And I think so far that on the short-term chart is probably leaning that way at the moment. You can see here the bearish 4th wave high. Let's say the 50-50 flip. You can flip a coin and choose your pattern, which one you want to work with right now, because it's pretty messy. The main reason being this rally off the wave 2 low is very hard to, let's say, call as an impulsive rally. I have labeled it wave 1 as a possible wedge, but it's real messy. And the decline off that high has been I would say favorable towards this bearish alternate account here. So at the moment, it looks like we're kind of failing at a lower high again. So there's a very real possibility by today we will have confirmed this alternate account, or by tonight, let's say tonight's update, that we will have confirmed this 1-2 pattern to the downside, and maybe we'll see a spike lower in a third wave of wave 5. So overall, this alternate pattern is let's say pointing to a more sustained decline towards about $21 maybe. I'll get rid of this channel for the moment. A break at $21 and maybe even further to complete wave C in red. That's the possibility that's opening up right now. So I'm going to allow it to flesh out today. If we get another spike lower, especially if we break, let's say 23.80 again, we will probably work towards that alternate count, I'd say, by tonight. Okay, let's see what's going on. I found it quite interesting what's happening in Bitcoin right now. We had just a slight break above the 62% retracement in wave B. So we had a 3-wave pattern. Hopefully, that's what I'm counting it as, a 3-wave pattern higher in wave B. And then we should look for a reversal down into wave C again. So we had just a pop above the 62% sorry, the 62% retracement in wave B, and then a spike lower, which was quite impulsive. Again, I'm looking at this as a wave 1 and 2 opportunity here. So I'm not sure it's complete quite yet. Actually, I don't think it's complete yet. But once it does complete a proper lower high in wave 2, I think we will be open for a decline into wave 3. This could be wave 3 of C, or it could be wave 3 of 1 of C, depending on how this kind of breaks out. Okay, so let's get the hourly count here. You can see I've shown this as wave 1, possible ABC pattern higher in wave 2 developing. We had that initial impulsive move down in wave 1, spike to about 50% in wave A. Then it looks like we're kind of consolidating in a triangle over the last few days in wave B, and then we should head higher again in wave C of 2 next week. Well, even if we don't get that, the option is there for wave 3 to be already underway off this this very slight, or let's say this very quick retracement initially that I've labeled wave A. So we came down in wave 1, and then we rebounded about 50% in this initial retracement. I'm going with wave A at the moment. We're in wave B, and then we should see a C wave early next week. That could bring us back up to around 49,500 again before we fall down into a third wave. But I would look out for this third wave down next week. Okay, actually that was very quick and painless. I think that might be the quickest update I have done in a long time. And I do tend to give a lot of bad news in these updates. I've tried to keep it upbeat today. In general, my countenance is quite, I would say, ominous these days. But I'll try and keep it up today. I'm ending with the end screen. That is the good news of salvation. I don't care what religion you are. I don't spout religion. God, as far as I'm concerned, God destroyed religion in 32 AD or whatever, 32 or 28, whichever date of the death of Jesus that you prescribe to. God basically denounced formal religion that day, and he introduced relationship again. So through the Messiah, through Jesus, you have a relationship with the Father, with the Creator. If you can't look out your window and see that the world was a creation and not just some random act, I think you pretty much have to delude yourself to think that what we have outside our windows is random at all. I don't believe there's anything random to it. I think it's a very grand and masterful plan, and Jesus is weeding out the weeds right now, and there's something big coming, and I hope you can be ready for it. That big thing is called the tribulation. Just go and open your Bible and download the Bible and read Revelation, and then you'll see what the tribulation is. 7 years of hell on earth. So I would like, it would be good for yourself, get good with God, accept the Messiah, and then you're on his side. Jesus said you are either with me or against me. And the way I hate the pictures of the fluffy Jesus, he ain't no piece of fluff. He's the God man, the man that came to suffer for your sin, the God that came down in the form of man to suffer for your sin, take the punishment for the sin that we have committed. And that has all been wiped out, once and for all. He suffered for all our sin. All you have to do is just accept that and accept him as your Messiah and say, Jesus, I'm accepting your work on the cross. You are my Messiah. You're my king, because he is the king of creation. And when he comes back, he's going to wipe this planet clean. You don't want to be on his bad side, like all those Satanists and all those Masons and all those, demonic workers that are in Hollywood. You don't want to be on that side, because as Jesus said, you're either with me or against me. This is a war that's going on. There's a war behind the light, behind the, this kind of thin veil of physicality that we have. There's a massive war going on for your salvation. Jesus came in with that final blow. He has opened up eternal life for you if you just accept his sacrifice and accept him as your Messiah. Give your life to the King, man. There's nothing better. And, he's going to work wonders in your life as he did in mine. That's what I'll leave you with. That's the good news of the Messiah. This is a war. You have to choose your allegiance. And my allegiance is with the King, the Anointed One, the Messiah of Israel. Have a great weekend. If I make it back on Monday, if I'm alive, I'll see you all on the website tonight, and I'll see you all on the website on Monday. And God bless you all. I pray you have a nice weekend, and have a good one. Read the end card. I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.